Hi all, welcome back to Malware Analysis. I am J. Lavanya, Assistant Professor of CS Department. So today in this video, we are going to discuss on the topic called sandboxing and its tools and techniques. Let's dive into the topic. So first of all, what is meant by sandboxing? It is a cyber security technique that isolates potential malicious files or applications in a secure, controlled environment to analyze their behavior without risking the rest of the system. So, this allows the security professionals to examine suspicious files or detect the threats and understand how the malware might operate. And this sandboxing techniques can be implemented at the OS level, application level, or through virtual machines. So, sandboxing in general, what we say like mean in malware is a secured or a controlled environment. Okay, and here it has some isolated environment, so it creates a virtualized environment that mimics a computer's operating system and hardware, but with some strict limitations on what the code can access or modify. Okay, how it works is that for dynamic analysis, this sandbox monitors the code's behavior while it runs, tracking its interaction with the system, network, and other resources. And static analysis, so before or during the dynamic analysis, the sandbox might also analyze the code structure, identifying the potential malicious indicator such as specific file format or some unusual code patterns. Okay, and like anti-evasion techniques. So this advanced sandbox incorporate techniques to detect and counter the malware's attempts to evade the detection, such as time-based triggers or operating system detection. Okay, so this is the main concept of sandboxing. The next topic we are going to discuss is that in sandboxing, so we have in static analysis like hash and reputation checks will be done, and which will look up against some reputation system. And the next one we'll be doing some pattern detection with some antiviral engines. Here also we have some pattern matching and some heuristic detection process. And in dynamic analysis also, we used to have some emulation sandboxes followed by the emulate code or the full OS emulation. Okay. And similar to that, in dynamic analysis also, we have some virtualization sandboxes that executes the code on the virtual CPU within a virtual machine OS. Okay. So these all comprises of the sandboxing, and the types of sandboxing techniques is there. We have like operating system level sandboxing, application level sandboxing, and virtual machine sandboxing, and hardware assisted sandboxing, right? So first of all, operating system level sandboxing. So it uses a feature that built into the OS to create some isolated environments. Example include some Windows Defender, Application Guard, and Mac OS App Sandbox. And second one, like application level sandboxing. So this isolates the individual applications or processes. It's often used in some web browsers and in some mobile operating system. And third one, like a VM sandboxing, that is the virtual machine sandboxing. This creates completely isolated environments with their own operating system, and VMware Workstation and VirtualBox are popular tools for this approach. And last one, that is hardware assisted sandboxing. And some modern processors include some hardware features that enhance the efficiency and security of sandboxing. Okay, so these are the the types of sandboxing involved. And apart from that, this levels of sandboxing, the main concept or the why we are going to these kind of, or why the sandboxing is important, take because the nature and effectiveness of zero-day threats continue to evolve. A company that needs a strategy for the protection of the data and programs, and this is particularly true when it comes to threats that can slip by malware and virus detecting email filters. And this sandboxing is one of the best tools for ensuring that your organization stays ahead of bad actors wishing to access or compromising your system. And whether the sandboxing is executed in the cloud or on an appliance, it provides some crucial protection. So some threats, for example, may not crash your system or may cause some overnightly noticeable effects, but they can slowly degrade the performance of your overall network, slowing down the processes and wasting some valuable employee time. Through the sandboxing, these kind of threats can be avoided, keeping your system running how it should be. Okay. And the next one we are gonna see is that what are the tools for sandboxing? First one, Cuckoo Sandbox. Next one, Sandboxy Plus. Third one, Microsoft Windows Sandbox. And fourth one, FireJail. And last one, VMware Workstation. So first one, Cuckoo Sandbox. It is an open source tool for analyzing the malware in a controlled environment. And Sandboxy Plus isolates the individual applications for securing the browsing and testing. Okay. And Microsoft Windows Sandbox, a built-in tool for secure application testing. And FireJail, a lightweight Linux sandboxing tool. And next one, that is the VMware Workstation, a virtualization platform for creating some sandbox environments. Okay. And apart from that, we have some malware analysis platforms, the tools like FireEye and Cuckoo Sandbox, which helps to detect some malicious behavior within the sandboxes. And threat intelligence tools, which integrating with platforms like Aristotle provides valuable threat information. Okay. And automated sandboxing tools are tools that automate the process of monitoring and analyzing the suspicious files. Okay. So these are the tools that is commonly used for sandboxing. Okay. And next one we are going to discuss is about the sandboxing techniques. First one, static analysis. Second one, dynamic analysis. Third one, anti-evasion techniques. And fourth one, memory analysis. So static analysis, analyzing the file structure, headers, and other characteristics without the execution. And dynamic analysis, which monitoring the behavior of file as it executes within the sandbox environment. And next one, anti-evasion techniques, employing the methods to detect and bypass the malware's attempts to evade the sandboxes, such as detecting the sleep patterns or logic bombs according to a pre-route. And debugging and sampling, which uses some debuggers and the samplers to examine the code of a suspicious sample. Okay, can you able to understand? And next one, malware analysis, analyzing the memory of the system to identify the potential artifacts and indicators of compromise. Okay, so these are the sandboxing techniques. Okay, and what are the importance of sandboxing. So there are so many important. First one, malware detection. So sandboxing, it is crucial for detecting some zero-day malware and other advanced threats that may not be caught by some traditional security measures, say Palo Alto networks. And second one, like threat intelligence. Sandboxing helps to gather the information about how the malware operates, contributing to some threat intelligence. And next one, like risk management. So by isolating potentially harmful files, sandboxing helps to minimize the risk of infection or the data breaches. Okay, so these all comprises of importance of sandboxing. And next one we are gonna discuss is about the benefits of sandboxing. So sandboxing, it provides a wide range of security benefits that enhances an organization posture against some unknown and known security risk. So like create and deploying the environments or gain access to some advanced networking and support and prepare for some future attacks or enhance the collaboration and save your company money. Like enhanced security level in the sense like sandboxing provides an additional layer of security by detecting and isolating the malware as well as the malicious software or by executing some suspicious code in sandbox testing environments. Users can minimize the risk of security breaches and protect their valuable data. And protection against some unknown threat, if you take, so using a sandbox is a reliable method for preventing some unknown threats or some advanced malware that evade the straightforward detection methods and zero-day threats which can escape some no signature-based detection mechanisms. So triggering them in a safe and isolated environment protects the organizations from catastrophic attacks. Okay, and better actionable intelligence. So knowledge is part, right? And similar to the sandboxing testing offers a treasure trove of some actionable intelligence that enables the organizations to create a clear threat profile, which will be extremely useful for preventing some future similar threats. Okay, so these are the benefits of sandboxing. And next one we are going to discuss is about the limitation and challenges of sandboxing. So first of all, it is performance, overhead, and scalability. Second one, evasion techniques. And third one is that high complexity. So performance, overhead, and scalability. So one of the primary limitations of sandboxing is that overhead performance associated with some virtualization and running applications in a sandbox may require some additional resources, resulting in a slower execution times. It is typically impractical to sandbox every file in an environment without a significant infrastructure. So therefore, sandboxing is usually integrated as an add-on technology within a broader processing funnel. And evasion technique is that malware developers are constantly developing new techniques to evade the detection or by identifying that they are running in a sandbox environment. These suspicious programs can alter their behavior or delay the execution to bypass the analysis and detection. So for this reason, sandbox security is also an important factor to take into the consideration. Okay. And next one we are gonna discuss is about the high complexity. Here implementing and maintaining some sandbox environments can be complex and time consuming, right? So organizations need to ensure that they have the necessary expertise and resources to effectively manage these kind of environment. Okay, so these are the limitations and challenges of sandboxing. And apart from that, we have like there are so many cases. where it is involved, right? Uh, if you take when there is a cloud sandbox, I don't know whether you have uh, coined this term. So we know like the sandboxing concept, physical appliances include some examining files, URL, and code on your premises hardware without exposing the rest of your system. So some potential danger. So this could pose a challenge for some remote workers because once they leave the office, they're physically separated from the sandbox environment, right? So any testing they would doing would have to be stopped. And some malware can conceal itself, it's like inside some security socket layer traffic if there. A networking protocol which is used to secure the connections between the web client as well as the server. So that we used to call as a cloud sandbox. So in this particular video, we have discussed about the term called sandboxing and what are the types of sandboxing techniques and what are the tools we have used for these sandboxing techniques, right? And uh, how to importance of sandboxing and benefits of sandboxing, right? And limitations and challenges of sandboxing. I hope you all have a clear idea about the sandboxing. We will see in the next video. So thank you all.